But I'm only saying that because it's something that I'm planning to do in the near future. Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and you might be getting your $600 second round stimulus check soon. While it's great that we're officially in the new year, I want to help you make the most out of your $600 so you start off 2021 on the right financial foot. 2020 was undeniably pretty rough for a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that we can't turn it around and have a better year this year. Whether you've already gotten your $600 or you will be getting it soon, I want to help you make the most out of your money so that you can have a better financial year and future overall. So today, if you watch this entire video, you'll learn 6 ways that you can use your $600 stimulus check to grow your wealth and end this year a little bit, or a lot, richer than when you started. But before we continue, and if you're new to this channel, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button because it really does help me out. I make weekly videos on personal finance and investing, but I also make content about spending money on things that give you good value because life isn't just about pinching pennies. If you're interested in watching more videos on personal finance and lifestyle, please consider subscribing, but enough of that, let's get started. Wait, what kind of transition was that? The first thing that you can use your $600 for is Bitcoin or other speculative investments, and that's probably not what you were expecting. Bitcoin has very well surpassed the $30,000 mark, and a lot of its followers and investors say that this is just the beginning. Recently, more speculative and non-traditional investments are gaining popularity, and things like Bitcoin, altcoin, sneakers, Pokemon cards, silver, etc. are really gaining traction. If this $600 stimulus check is a bonus for you, then dipping your toes in something like Bitcoin could pay off later on. There's always the saying that high risk equals high reward, and if the $600 is just a bonus for you and it's fun money, then this might not be a bad idea. But before you invest in Bitcoin or anything else I just listed, I highly recommend having an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up. The last thing you want is to put the $600 into something risky and you end up losing it all without having an emergency or safety cushion set up first. But if that's taken care of and the $600 is just a bonus for you, then investing in something speculative could end up making you some money. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have been really climbing up, and using your stimulus check money to invest in one of these could really make you more than $600. However, I really want to emphasize the word could, because with any kind of investing, there's a chance that you could lose it all. My only advice is to do your due diligence and only put your money here if you're willing to lose it. While I wouldn't say that Bitcoin and other speculative investments are for everyone, keep watching the rest of this video to find out more ways that you can use your $600 instead. But also, just to get it out of the way, a quick disclaimer is that I'm not a financial advisor or a financial professional in any means. I'm just a guy on YouTube, and these are my opinions for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. The second thing that you can put your $600 towards is real estate. And if you're thinking, how can I buy a property for just $600? Well, you probably can't. But while you won't be owning a property outright by yourself, you can invest in what's known as a REIT, or a real estate investment trust. REIT can also stand for really excited and turning the like button blue by liking this video down below. If you're wondering what they are, REITs are essentially holding companies for real estate, and they can own hundreds or even thousands of different properties. These properties are also not just limited to traditional homes, but also include retail centers, apartment complexes, warehouses, and more. When you invest in a REIT, your money is spread out across multiple properties instead of just being tied up in one house. Some examples of REITs include QTS, O, and DLR, and it's as simple as pulling up any brokerage and just searching up the ticker symbol. When you invest in a REIT, you're able to own property without having to take on a mortgage or any other big debt associated with real estate. But if you do want to take on a mortgage and you want to buy some real estate for yourself, then you can put that $600 into a savings account just to save up for a down payment. But I'm only saying that because it's something that I'm planning to do in the near future. The third way that you can use your $600 is to buy individual stocks. Everyone always talks about investing in the big tech companies like Apple, Tesla, Neo, Google, and so on. But why is this important? When you buy individual stocks, you get to own a small part of the company, which means that you get to share all the successes of the company because you're one of the owners. If you're not already doing this, this is a great way to grow your wealth because anytime that you invest in an individual company, if the company does well, then so do you. However, this means that the opposite is also true, so if the company does bad, then your portfolio also goes down too. There are hundreds of different companies that you can buy stocks in, and everyone has a different opinion on what's good and what's not good to buy. While I can't pick stocks and guarantee that they're going to do well, a good place to start is to think about products and services that you really enjoy using. If there's something in particular that you really enjoy using, then the chances are that someone else is really enjoying using it too. This can include computers from Apple, the dollar menu from McDonald's, running shoes from Nike, and the list goes on. If you put your $600 into well-established companies that you trust, you should see your money grow more and more over time. But if you're interested in getting some free stocks that can be valued more than $1,000, I have a link down in the description for Webull, which is a brokerage that allows you to buy individual stocks. There's also a link down below for M1 Finance, which is another brokerage that allows you to buy fractional shares, which means that you can buy half or a third or a fifth of any share that you want. But what if you can't decide what individual companies you want to invest in? If you really can't decide what individual companies you want to invest in, then the fourth thing that you can put your $600 towards are what's called index funds. When I say the word index, it's essentially a big collection of a bunch of companies, and you can think of it like a fruit basket. If we buy one individual piece of fruit, then we're buying one different company. But if we buy the whole fruit basket, then we're buying an index fund. Like we said in the previous example with individual stocks, your money really fluctuates depending on that one company's performance. When you invest in an index fund, your money is spread across multiple different companies, and that's a lot safer. This is a lot less risky because you're covering a lot of different companies. So even if some of the fruits are going bad, as long as most of the other fruits are still good, then you're still in the positive. Your money is no longer dependent on just one individual company, but more so a bunch of different companies that are working together. But another great example of working together is by hitting that like button, because it really does help me out. The fifth thing that you can do with your $600 is to pay down any high interest debt. While this definitely isn't the most glamorous or most fun way to use your $600, this is arguably one of the most important things that you can do. No matter how good your investments are doing, your stock market and Bitcoin profits don't mean as much if you have a bunch of debt weighing you down. If you have any outstanding debt, especially if it has a high interest rate, I would use that $600 to pay that down instead. Like I mentioned before, investing has risk and you are never guaranteed to make any money. However, with paying down debt, you are guaranteed to come out ahead because that money goes straight into your pocket instead. For example, let's say that you have a car loan, a student loan, or credit card debt at an 8% interest rate. By paying that down, that 8% goes straight into your pocket instead of towards the loan. There are no guarantees with investing, but by paying down your debt, that is a guaranteed way to keep some more money back into your pocket. If you use that $600 to minimize your debt, then that just makes your profits all the better. And now the sixth thing that you can use your $600 for is dang, English is my second language. And now the sixth thing that you can use your $600 for is arguably the most important, and that's investing in yourself. As cliche as it sounds, you will always be the most important investment that you can make, and you should always focus on prioritizing yourself. Whether that's in the form of reading books, buying courses, taking classes, or finding a mentor, investing in yourself is so important. You are ultimately in charge for making yourself better, and there's really no excuse for not letting yourself level up. 2020 was a rough year for everyone, but one of the most important lessons that I've learned from last year is to really prioritize myself and really focus on improving. Whether that's improving academically, professionally, musically, athletically, or just building good habits, buy things and invest in things that will help you get there. When you work on yourself and you become a better you, then it'll probably make you more money than anything else on this list. You are the best investment that you can make, and you'll start to see improvements in all parts of your life the more you work on yourself. So if you want to spend that $600 on a course, a bunch of books, or a mentor that'll help you be better, just do it. But I hope you find these tips useful and have a better idea of where to put your $600 stimulus check to start the new year. If you're looking to be better with your money and look good while doing it, please consider subscribing to learn more about how to be more money smart and stylish. And if you enjoyed this video and found any of these tips helpful, please smash that like button because it really does help me out. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you stay financially fashionable.